Hey guys, Jay up here, and welcome back to another Black Ops 3 video. And right off the bat, before we start getting into it, as you can see the title of the video, what we're going to be talking about is we officially have hit almost 81,000 subscribers at this point. And usually at each milestone, I would ask what you want, and being that I have not made the videos in so long, I need to ask it now. So you, in the comment section below, let me know, and this was back for hitting 75K, do you want a setup video or another 24-hour live stream just for us hitting that mark? Let me know down in the comment section below, and whichever one y'all choose is the one we will go with. I know a lot of people have been asking for like the setup video, but some people just love seeing 24-hour streams. Nevertheless, it covers pretty much around the world for people who can't stop, and because if I'm streaming in weird times, they can't see. But nevertheless, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Setup video, 24-hour stream. But now on to the topic of the video today, which is the current state of Call of Duty. And Activision came out and said for the last quarter they have made a buttload of money. And I think a good chunk of that came from microtransactions. Now, it wasn't just from Call of Duty, but I would like to say at least 50% maybe came from supply drops, in all honesty. Which is kind of sad, because if they're making that much money off supply drops, the realization is going to hit that they're here to stay. I don't foresee them getting rid of them anytime soon. I don't even see them going cosmetic, only because Treyarch tried to do that with Black Ops 3. We tried to do the cosmetic thing, and it turned out, well, Activision wasn't making any money, so now we're with guns. And lately, the guns have been getting good. I would argue that the guns that came out between July and August, the one with the DBSR-50, the Peacekeeper, the Ajax, those are really good guns compared to certain weapons in their class. I would argue the Ajax is better than the Dingo. I would argue that the Peacekeeper is better than a good chunk of the assault rifles, to be honest. The gun is really strong. And the sniper, compared to like the Locust or the RSA, since you can double tap one hit kill and it's a bolt action, maybe the DBSR-50 is better than like the Locust or the SVG, just for the fire rate alone, being that it can one hit kill. So I would like to start making the argument that they might start getting pay to winish with these supply drops, and being the rates compared to Advanced Warfare. I've got to say one thing with the supply drops. Compared to Advanced Warfare, it felt like you were getting the guns more often over there because you had all these variants in there too. So at one point, if you got a variant of a new gun they put in, you also got the new gun. Over here, it's just the gun, so the chances are so much lower, it feels like. And to be honest, it sucks. I hate the supply drop system, but because of Activision coming out and saying how much money they made, I don't foresee them going anywhere, which leads on to Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. Part of me thinks Modern Warfare Remastered might have more players active in multiplayer than Infinite Warfare. I know that might be a little bit of a reach. To a good chunk of people, Modern Warfare Remastered is actually a newish game. COD 4 came out almost 10 years ago. So there's going to be a good chunk of us, me being one of them, which is going to be a nostalgia factor, which we're going back to. But there's a lot of people who jumped into Call of Duty like MW3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, Ghost even. Some people jumped into Call of Duty then, so COD 4, or COD Modern Warfare Remastered, which is going to be coming out as, it's new to them. So being that the Legacy Edition and stuff like that, you get both, there's a chance that Modern Warfare Remastered could have more people. It is boots on the ground. A lot of people hate this whole movement system. I don't mind the sliding, and I don't mind the wall running, because you don't have to 3D boost to wall run. But I am definitely not a fan of this whole 3D boosting stuff, and it looks like we're going to have it in Infinite Warfare unless something changes. I only saw the trailer for Infinite Warfare that got dislike bombed. That's like the most disliked, or second most disliked video on YouTube. And they had boosting in there. If you paid attention, there was a bit of boosting. Which is a bit worrisome, because we've been not wanting boosting since Advanced Warfare, and it's going to have it. But that's not the problem. The problem, I think, with Call of Duty right now, and that's what leads to the title of this video if you've stuck around this far, the current state of Call of Duty brings on the statement of, is Call of Duty still even Call of Duty? I would start to argue we're starting to get to that 50% point, or we're starting to pass over that Call of Duty is more a culmination of other first-person shooters than it is of itself. I would still argue that, to a degree, the base engine, kill streaks, and the way guns and perks are set up are still Call of Duty, and that's where the 50% lies. But when you start looking at it, it looks like they've been taking the best parts, or something that makes other games known for. And when I say that, Titanfall's movement system, they've taken that and put that in the game. You've got Destiny's specials and PvP, where it will charge up whether you do anything or not, and you're allowed to do ground slams, blow people up, things like that. Which, in my opinion, is kind of like a Destiny kind of picking up support streaks from Call of Duty, but making them their own thing, and then Call of Duty re-ripping it off maybe to put it in the game as specialist, which is still, in turn, support streaks of things we've hated from each Call of Duty. War Machine, or Noob Tubes, Juggernog is kinetic armor. Things like that, active camo we didn't like from, Advanced Warfare, we could trigger it or just go invisible. Vision Pulse is the Oracle, which is wall hacks. Things we've all hated from each previous Call of Duty have snuck their way back in. The Rippers, Commando Pro. So in a way, that might be a little bit of circle of one game picking up like support, but making it their own version and then coming back and then picking it back up. And then we have the supply drop system, I truly believe came straight from CSGO. I think Activision saw how much money that Valve were making off of CSGO, so they decided to pick it up their own version. I truly like the way CSGO does it. I wish Activision would copy them, straight up. If they did that, I'd be happy, because in CSGO, it is all cosmetic, but players can trade, players can sell, players can buy. When players sell and buy, Activision would get a chunk like Valve does for CSGO. When that happens, Valve gets a chunk, and that would help the community, so Activision makes their money, the community is happy. You can still have the rarity of knives and stuff like that, but with the whole things right now, with it feeling pay to win, it's starting to feel that way. I know in Advanced Warfare it felt more pay to winish, the Insanity, the Ball Inferno, the ASM1 Speakeasy, things like that. That really made that game pay to winish. Until they added in to where if you go above a certain prestige, you could start unlocking them. So it was a sort of not. But back to the argument is, I think we're at that point where, depending on how the devs and Activision takes Call of Duty from here on out, could decide whether Call of Duty is truly itself, or it has now evolved into a pretty much an entirely new game. And I want to argue that, I would like to argue at least, that once you have lost, say, 51% of what a game makes that game, you're pretty much a different game. And the movement system coming out from a different game. Destiny specials, you're borderline right there, Call of Duty. You're truly borderline. So when I go to Titanfall, I know what I'm getting into. I know right off the bat, that was their movement system, and that's why the robots and everything are built like that. And Titanfall 2 looks even more interesting. It looks like they refined it even more. So if I'm going to play the game, I know what I'm getting into. But Call of Duty, it has started from something completely different and has been evolving over time. Personally, I want to see them kind of regress, drop those things that they've picked up from other games. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised in the campaign if they went all No Man's Sky and made it to where stuff was generating and you could search throughout whatnot. I would not be surprised at all if they did that. Which I really couldn't complain about, being that, it's campaign. And I know all the stuff has been out, and from what I have seen, the campaign, I don't have a problem with that. The campaign might be cool, being in space, all that movement, stuff like that. And some people do buy Call of Duty only for the campaign, and that doesn't matter to me, because, to be honest, I'm like a zombies multiplayer kind of guy, and zombies is its own thing, and I know Infinite Warfare is creating zombies, picking up off Treyarch from its success, and people love zombies. I have no problem with it. Advanced Warfare did the same thing. Sledgehammer did the same thing. They picked it up and tried to make it their own. I think Sledgehammer did all right with their first roundabout. It's kind of like how World of War had their first roundabout. It needs more refinement, but started off on a good foot. I'm hoping that Infinite Warfare Zombies will be just as good. I don't have a problem with campaign being all spacey and exploring and stuff like that, and making it where you can set up bases in there and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, I would admit, for the campaign. But I'm a multiplayer guy. That's the thing I'm most worried about. Is, are we going to continue to have these BS-y things coming back? Are we going to have more specialist, also known as support streaks? Are we going to have death streaks come back? Are the kill streaks going to even be worth anything? Are the movement system going to be just like Titanfall and being just as crazy? Or are we going to start to try to refine it, tone it back? That way Sledgehammer, when they come out the next year, maybe they can go back a little bit more and try to pull back into what made Call of Duty, that arcade-esque, first-person shooter, little tactical, and try to pull back on the BS. Let's try to pull back on the Call of Duty. Because if we keep going the way we're going, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, maybe it'll need to become a new franchise or something like that. I really want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think I'm just worried for no reason? Do I think I'm full of crap? Like, let me know what you think down in the comment section below, because it feels like it's starting to become more of a culmination, taking the better known parts of other first-person shooters and sticking them in Call of Duty. I don't know if it's just like a strategy to try to pull players off of those other FPSs that popped up, or if they feel like it would just make good to add it into the game. I truly don't know, but with the Call of Duty's coming out, I'm looking forward to Modern Warfare Remastered. I didn't put anywhere near as much time as some people did into COD 4. I may have 18 hours to a day played at best, so I'm gonna have fun with that game. Hopefully, they'll add DLC maps. Hopefully, they will not add supply drops. With Modern Warfare Remastered, I would not have a problem with them adding in, and I know it might change up the game unless they had a playlist for this, kill streaks on the MW2 level, more maps, maybe some more guns. Like, let's build off Modern Warfare Remastered, because then you never know. COD Competitive could make a huge, strong comeback if you allow them to get on in Modern Warfare Remastered. Build that up. Let that be the base game from now on, and just add more maps, add more guns. Every new year, COD Competitive could stay over there, but you can just add more stuff to them, so they don't have to relearn Call of Duties every single time, and that the people who watch know what they're watching. I don't know. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I know this video has been quite a bit of like a randomy type video, but nevertheless, guys, 2 things you gotta let me know: setup video / 24-hour stream. What do you think of the current state of Call of Duty? Until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.